So I am a magnet for success. I am a magnet for abundance and prosperity. I am a magnet for healthy relationships. I am a magnet for positive life change and transformation at the appropriate time. I am a magnet for balance, for joy, for peace and serenity, and for happiness. I am a magnet for greatness. Those words should ring loudly as truth in the ears of every girl and woman who is in this room today. Yes, you are a magnet for all things great, but only if you embrace it, if you acknowledge it, and if you make space for it in your life. And so, yes, my sisters, we've accomplished much. We've overcome much, but there is still work to be done. There are still too many women who walk in the room with their shoulders shrugged, feeling as though they need validation or permission from someone else, feeling as though they simply are not enough as they are, that they need someone else to say, yes, your idea is a good idea. Yes, you should go and bid for the contract. Yes, you should go and pull for the political office. There are still too many women who are in that space of feeling like they need permission from someone else. In this 21st century, there are still too many women who come in the room and sit at the back of the room instead of claiming their place confidently at the board table. Even when you know you have the gift, even when you know you have the skill set and the talents. Too many women come in with their shoulders shrugged, believing that they don't have what it takes. But guess what? You can get what it takes, because we are all of that and a bag of chips. There are still too many women who allow physical abuse in their lives as an expression of love. And instead of getting to the root of the problem, they pass off the violence instead of getting support and asking themselves the most important question: why would I allow myself to stay in such a predicament? We're still in that type of century. So yes, we still have work to be done. There are still so many women who spend more money on their external than their internal, who look like $1 million on the outside but are bruised and battered and broken on the inside. Sisters, we still have work to do. There are still too many young girls who believe that using their body parts is going to get them success rather than using their intellect. We still have work to be done. So where do we start? Well, you took the first step by being here. And what I urge you to do is not just leave feeling good, not just leave feeling like your spirit has been nurtured a little bit, because when you leave here, all of the stuff, all of the mess that you were dealing with outside of these walls is still going to be there. So I urge you to do more than just be inspired. Do more than just be empowered. Take that inspiration and that empowerment and execute on it. Because while you're creating excuses, somebody else is executing. There is someone in this room who has your exact same circumstance and you don't even know it. But instead of whining about it, instead of moaning and groaning and complaining about what they don't have, about what they're lacking, they are executing. They are taking baby steps to get what they want in life. They're taking baby steps to move forward, to realize the fullest manifestation of their greatness without apologies, without regrets.
All right, advocacy is the process, advocacy is the act or process of supporting a cause. Pick a cause. What's your issue? What are you dealing with in your community? Personal issues in your home, domestic violence, teenage pregnancy, those personal issues you still can be an advocate for. Now, let me just say this. I know all of you are advocates. I already know that, and I'm going to demonstrate how. But let me ask you guys this question. How many of you are business owners? Raise your hand. I want to do a roll call. Very good. How many of you are parents in the room? Okay, very good. How many of you are awesome students in the room? Front row, get it up, get it up, get it up. Okay, very good. Now let me show you how. Can you bring them up a little bit? Because I can't see, and I like to see people when I'm talking to them. Yeah, just bring it up a little bit. All right, so here's the thing. How many of you guys have cell phone bills? How many of you guys get the BGE bill? Comcast? Okay, great. How many of you, when you get that bill, you know your bill's supposed to be $59 a month? Maybe $69, maybe $120. I don't know. Or let's just say you have a Cricket phone. Y'all know it's a set price, right? But you get the bill, and when you get the bill, the interesting thing is you look at it and you say, they told me $59 a month. Hold on, wait a minute. This is not right, right? You said, where's that customer service number? You pick up that phone, you call customer service, and you say, listen, I'm Chanya Johnson, and my Cricket bill is only supposed to be $49.99. Some kind of way it has jumped to $65. I'm sorry. That is unacceptable. Because I'm on a fixed income that I have fixed to spend on bags, to spend on R-Barn, to spend on these lovely things, to buy books, to buy clothes. I have a fixed income, and I only allocate a certain amount of money for this phone bill. I need you guys to fix it. How many of you guys know that's advocacy? Just that simple. Now, some of y'all like, really? Yes. Can I tell you, I'm serious. That is it. That is the first act of advocacy. And so I'm not trying to make it any simpler than that. It is just that simple. That is why I believe you can do it in 5 minutes. 3. You need to be on my team because she said 3. But I am telling you, that is it. So if you understand that it is your job and you take personal responsibility for the bill that comes in your house, and you say, hold up, check it out. It's the same thing. Elected official come to you and say, vote for me. On their campaign literature, it says all the things that they're going to represent. Honestly, tell me this. Once you go, I say ballot box just because that sounds cool, but you guys know what I mean. You go to the electronic machine now. But once you go and vote, what do you do after you vote? How many? Can somebody tell me what you do after you vote? You get what? You get a sticker. She said, are you happy with that sticker? Okay. Well, that's a solemn way. Good. So she said you can go advocate the vote. But here's the thing. Some people get that sticker and they say, well, I'll see you in another 4 years or 2 years. And guess what? My heart aches, you guys. I was sharing with somebody earlier. They say, you make politics fun. I say, because I love it. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else but making sure the people that go to the ballot box understand your responsibility. It's not enough just to elect someone. It's not enough just to go and vote. You got to do more, and that more is advocacy. It is a circle. You need to vote, advocate, vote, advocate, vote, advocate. That is the process. And that's act now. Take the pledge. Become a 5-minute advocate. So I need you guys all to raise your right hand, 5 fingers. Everyone raise it up high. You just sat through my presentation. Come on. Get them up. I am a 5-minute advocate. One more time. I am a 5-minute advocate. Do you believe it? Why do you believe it? Anybody, somebody? Why do you believe it? You have confidence. Okay, very good. You want to run the walkway and show us? You can. Everybody, whoever want to get up and walk around, you can. So
my name is Jayana Wood. I am 10 years old, and I am a 5th grade student at John Hanson French Immersion School, where I am a straight A student. I am also a youth speaker and author. I wrote my first book called Opening My Imagination last year when I was only 9 years old, and I am currently working on my second book. Today, I'm here representing Positive Tweens in Prince George's County. I want to talk to you today about the importance of celebrating youth who are doing positive things and are avoiding negative influences. I believe we need to show more positive images of young people who are helping their communities and being good role models. There are always a few bad apples in the bunch, but there are a lot of good apples who are looking for ways to get involved in positive community efforts. As a tween who enjoys inspiring other youth, my mission is to help as many young people as possible to explore their possibilities now. I want to show young people that although there are negative influences around us every day, we can choose what we do with our lives. We don't have to give in to peer pressure to be like everyone else or to do what everyone else is doing. And we don't have to feel intimidated by bullies who want to make us feel like we're not good enough. I want youth to know it's okay to be different and unique. It's okay to do the opposite of what everyone else is doing, and it's okay to say no to negativity. As a part of my mission to empower youth, I created a 3-part mantra that I call TBC. TBC stands for Think Positive, Build Self-Love, and Create Big Dreams. To think positive is the foundation of being extraordinary. When you always think positive, you will be reminded that tough situations in life are just temporary, not permanent. You will refuse to let bad influences make you do bad things. You will choose your friends wisely and stay out of trouble. You will study hard so you can get good grades in school, and you will do everything you can to help your family and your community. To build self-love means you build high self-esteem, self-confidence, and belief in yourself. Self-love is when you can look at yourself in the mirror and be happy even with your flaws or the things you don't exactly like. Self-love means you never try to change who you are for anyone else. Instead, you respect yourself, celebrate yourself, and celebrate others. You love you just the way you are. And to create big dreams means you start to think big about bigger possibilities for your life. You don't limit yourself, and you convince yourself that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to do. Creating big dreams isn't easy. It takes hard work and commitment to start strong and finish strong. But the great part about creating big dreams is that you can choose to have fun while you're dreaming. So to all the youth in the audience today, remember that no matter what, you can do more and become more in your family and in your community. If you think big, build self-love, and create big dreams, you will start to spread your wings and accomplish things that might even surprise you. You deserve to give yourself a chance to soar. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk to you today.
Go beyond that fear. Go beyond that fear, because we all have fears. It's not easy being an elected official, but know that you have support. And it's with that support and that constant support that makes you continue or be able to go for that dream, whatever that opportunity is. If you want to be an elected official, if you want to start that business, as Cheryl said, you got to go beyond that fear, but know that there's people behind you, there's people helping you, and that none of us get here by ourselves, and it's through that support. And what is in this room is powerful. We talked about advocacy, and it's so much easier, even though it's still hard, but it's so much easier for an elected official to say no to one person. It's so much harder for an elected person to say no to 250 people, to 500 people, to 750, to 1,000 people. As those letters come in, as that advocacy comes on that same issue, that one issue that we've identified, that's our one issue that we're going to continue to advocate for on, it's harder to say no to this whole room. It's easier for me to say no to one person. Now with that, what's my charge? My charge is we in Prince George's County have a $2.7 billion budget. That budget is allocated based on advocacy. Look at that budget and tell us where you want that money to come. There'll be listening sessions coming up here in October. The county executive will have his listening sessions where he puts the budget together for the county council, because he has to turn in a budget to the county council by March 15th. And in that budget, you know why the Family Justice Center was in that budget? Because Judge Surratt, because Jennifer, because you guys came and advocated and said, we want a one-stop shop to address these issues here in Prince George's County. Why can't we have that? We have that because of advocacy. So my charge is, I want to see you in October. I want to see you in January. I want to see you in March. And all I need is 5 minutes to hear your issues.
The piece of nugget that I'd like to leave you with is always reach back. Someone's always helping you. And as we go through our careers and we're starting to leave and the younger people are coming in, don't be afraid to help. Don't be afraid to share. I am the beneficiary of so many mentors. And I didn't get here by accident. And so I believe that when you help others, you are helping yourself as well. And so always reach back to give back.
I would like to go next because I do want to piggyback on what was just said about helping others. I giggled when one of the young ladies was up here saying, you know what, I don't know what I want to do. It may change. And I went into college thinking I wanted to be co-anchor with Bryant Gumbel. That was my dream. I was a broadcasting major, had no idea that I would go into education and then move up to be the second in charge in Prince George's County. But the common thread, no matter what we want to do, is the education piece. And as a mom and as a wife, I just realized how much power we have in our households. That when we are positive, when we choose to serve others, we instill that in our children as well. We make the choice on doing the right thing even when we don't want to. So I think that I will continue to charge the ladies in the room of doing the right thing. As soon as we begin justifying that, you know what, I've cooked dinner every day this week. Who else is going to do it? As soon as that internal conversation becomes negative, shut it off and just continue to serve.
Wow, so many wonderful nuggets to follow. I guess if I had to say the one nugget I'd like to leave is follow your heart and follow your passion. I know when I went to law school, the last place in the world I ever anticipated I would end up is on the bench. I went because I wanted to fight for civil rights, for children's rights, for women's rights, and that's what I did for the longest time. And if you asked me if I wanted to be part of the government on the bench, at the time, that would have been clearly not where I was intending to go. But I continued to do what in my heart seemed most important to me, and I ended up here. And in this position, I've been able to just do enormously wonderful things as well that I hadn't anticipated beforehand. So I would just say, don't ever stop following your heart and your passion.
It's always interesting because I guess when you're younger, you think like when I get here, when I get there, and when I do that, like you're gonna always know at some point in your life. And it's come clear to me that I don't. But one of the things is I love helping people, and I've made the choice to be in the community. I've been serving 20 years. And a lot of times, don't compare what you're doing or what other people are doing. Like, follow your path and your passion, and don't let fear stop you. I think that one thing can lead to another, and you just never know. But I think one thing that really resonated and Shania Johnson mentioned was, like, thank people. I think, along the way, people, you just don't get to do or to be or to be able to help others or to do the work that you're doing just on your own. Of course, God, for me, is very important. God's first. But the people that are around you, just make sure that as you're in that path, that you're able to have that gratitude stay with you.
So as I look across the room, I'm seeing many women in my age group. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about, get your education. But what I am going to say is embrace, take the opportunity to teach yourself. It doesn't matter what it's about, but learn. And then someone here mentioned it, that once you learn it, make sure you bring someone behind you so that they know it. I think the one little nugget that I do want to leave with everyone, and being in law enforcement in a male-dominated field, that has its own challenges. But none of them could have stopped me. The only person that could have stopped me was me. And so we all need to recognize that in ourselves, that if you don't teach yourself, that if you don't educate yourself, you're only hurting yourself. So that's what I want to say.
Wow. Okay, we have one more. I'm sorry. Two more. Who was Jenny and... Oh, the doctor. I'm sorry. I got excited.
I know this is hard. Everyone had such great nuggets, and I think I want to echo what everyone shared. It's important to just really sit with everything that was said, but I think we can be our own worst critics. Don't criticize yourself so much that you don't dream, that you don't achieve, and that you don't open your mouth and ask for help. Just really allow yourself to dream, because I think, when you're in so many different roles, you kind of put your needs behind. Mm-hmm. You have your kids, you have your job, you have your husband, whatever role you are, sister, daughter, whatever role, we tend to take on those roles, and like everyone said, we forget about ourselves. So dream. We don't do enough. Imagine, dream. Plant those seeds of what you want to blossom into. Think about what you want to be, and just dream.
Wonderful.
I can't believe I have to go last. I basically everything that everyone just said, that was great. Can I do one that I'm bad at?
Go ahead.
Okay, I haven't figured this out yet. I'm really, really bad at it, but I think that if I could figure this out, that'd be really great. I spend a lot of time looking at other people's success. I look around me and I wonder, it's like my own success is often really relative. Like, how high am I compared to somebody else who's my age, who looks like me, who has my education, etc. And I think I need to learn that your success doesn't have to look like somebody else's success. I went to a meeting last week. I'm in economic development now. I went to a meeting, and this is fairly typical, where I walked in the room, and it was me, and I counted. It was kind of creepy. I was counting. There are 23 men and me. And everybody they gave out name tags, and everyone had their name tags stuck right here, and they all looked really professional, and the name tag looked really good. So I'm sitting, I had mine down here, and I moved it. I moved it over to this side of my hair. And I'm looking around being oh yeah, I fit in, I belong. And when I get nervous, I play with my hair. So maybe 2 minutes into this meeting, I'm it's coming over my shoulder, and it got stuck in the name tag. And I'm in this meeting, this nice oak conference table, everyone's being all official, and I'm secretly trying to rip this name tag out of my hair. And it was it was complete, it was in a ball, and I'm oh my God. And I can't get up to go to the bathroom because it's so I finally get it out and threw it on the floor, and it's this weird little message that you don't have to have your name tag where everybody else's name tag is. If you've got long hair and you put it on your shoulder, put it down here. That's where your name tag can go. So obviously a dumb example, but it is important, I think, just to remember that your success can be your own thing.
Wow. What a way to wrap up this hot topics.